Book introduction is an important element of working with students in small groups. The book introduction supports successful reading, so it needs to be the right amount of support. Over time, the introduction changes as students need less support. See Chapter 4 in Apprenticeship in Literacy for how book introductions change from emergent to fluent readers, and page 52 for a gradient on how introductions change. Now watch clips from colleagues' classrooms and notice the varied ways to engage students before reading. Before reading, SPS teacher Mrs. Cantrell has her students activate their prior knowledge, predict what might happen in the story, and direct students to focus on some unfamiliar words. The questions that she asked her students were planned and intentional for these purposes. While watching, note how her plan sets the stage for reading with this group.
I have a new book for you today. It's called The Broken Flower Pot. Have you ever broken something that wasn't yours before? Skylar, what have you broken?
Lots of stuff, like when my grandma's paw on accident, my mom's my favorite brass cup and plate.
Okay. Has anybody else ever broken something? What'd you break, John?
I broke my dad's plant.
Plant.
But he had been keeping it. He'd been keeping it. It got bigger and I finally broke it.
How about you?
I broke my sister's stuffed animal.
You broke her stuffed animal. How do you feel when you break someone's things? What?
Sad.
A little bit sad. Skylar?
Mad.
A little bit mad. Well, in our story today, Katie, right here, and Joe accidentally break their neighbor Sally's flower pot. See it down there? Because they're in the backyard playing ball. Let me show you. And look what happens. They break the flower pot. So they come up with a plan to fix the problem, and it involves Mom. Mom helps them out. But they decide, oh, before I show you, what do you think they are going to do to fix the problem? Chloe?
They're going to like glue the flower pot back together.
Okay, so they could glue the flower pot back together. What else could they do?
They could go get Mom and Dad to help them get it back over so they can glue it back together. And maybe it should be supplies.
Okay, so they get Mom and Dad's help and glue the pot back together. What do you think?
Or they could buy like a pot that looks similar to it, and they would get like the plants that looked like it and put it back in there.
Okay, so get her a new one, but pretend like nothing happened. Look what they do. They decide to get one of the old flower pots out of Mom's shed. You know what a shed is?
Yeah.
Serenity?
It's like something that can be outside that's kind of large or medium.
Yeah.
It keeps like lawnmowers cleaning for dirt, like.
Yeah. So it's a little building that's outside that keeps usually outside tools in there. So they go out and they get an old flower pot out of the shed. And they figured out a way to fix the problem using that old flower pot. Today when you read, I want you to read to find out how Katie and Joe fixed the flower pot for their neighbor Sally.